in this region. It was a 1.7 rating, 27 for 14. This guy was looking like simple online against the Huns, and Hastika was brilliant alongside him. So yeah, there's a lot to be excited about for this NomadS team, and I'm hoping it all comes together like it did at the start of the week.
It's going to be really tough though, because you are putting a lot of, it's in general, we're putting a lot of emphasis on Hooligan to be that guy. I'm looking at Clouden again, right? He was our Kadir player to watch against the Huns, and he just wasn't really there, to be completely honest. So I look at this and I think, right, we need a better performance out of Clouden. I really liked what we got out of Hanks on Dust2 in particular, and Izza and Hasteka were solid, but they came alive right towards the end of the game. For NomadS, they need to get online early. They need to start swinging and hitting quite fast. This pistol immediately out long. Nobody here for Rare Atom, but they're all in close proximity, so they can quickly rotate back.
Yeah, this has got a cheeky little position behind the barrels, hasn't he? His head down low, so he can get that lat flank that comes through, and he finds success. And there's also the kill from Hastika, so things looking good to get started. They can get this bomb down. They've got Izza, who just retreats to long. It's planted for him. Has to be the retake from short.
And you've already got Izza going on this deep lurk as well, so as long as NomadS just stay alive and they just keep applying pressure, then that flank is going to come in. There we go. Exactly as foretold. NomadS, very clean pistol. Maybe I've underestimated them again, even though it's been one round of play. Really solid. I love the fact that it's just immediate. Like, they've got that instinct of, right, we've made this commitment in towards long. We're going to go into the bomb site. We're not going to mess around. We don't give Rare Atom chances to rotate in. There's not going to be a large amount of players there. And they're prepared. That's the most important thing for NomadS. They're immediately prepared for these rotates to come in towards short. Izza has a blinder of a round. And NomadS draw first blood on their pick.
Worth noting, if you're wondering at home, Dangerous, or DX Dangerous, that is Child King. There's always that one player that their Steam in-game name is just not what it's meant to be for the official. Oh, Hastika, okay. Good start. Hastika hasn't been necessarily statistically the best player on this team, you know, since he joined, but he's had some huge impact, and we saw that versus the Huns. It's good to see him starting with a hot shot. Clouden try to overwhelm him. Summer will come through the back lines to finally get a kill for the CTs. They haven't actually committed to this yet because Hanks is in the back lines, but he makes a meal of the spray. 1 HP. Chalking hits the header. It's into the 3-on-3. Still a challenging round. And the toes, not quite spotted.
Not quite feet for free. But bear in mind, this is also a force buy in for Rare Atom, so they've got armor behind these weapons that they've now scooped up, but Hasteka just keeps on going. Burning alive is Hooligan. He's been able to find one pocket of space, and then eventually will burn at the hands of Summer. Kaze left all alone, and Hasteka just keeps on firing. A triple kill for him. The requirement was to get him online early. Well, he's found 3 kills in this force buy and has completely ruined the money for Rare Atom.
Yeah, that molly was a bit weird. There was like a smoke on site, and it just kind of only half extinguished it. That classic Molotov bug that we've all experienced at different times. It kind of burns out for free, but doesn't, at least fortunately for the NomadS setup, chance at the 1v3. Got another CZ enjoyer, Brandon. We were experiencing that in Europe on Tuesday. It's Summer. It's rocking the unconventional sidearm. And having some fun entertaining the troops in middle. The rest of the gang takes the space out long, knowing that the economy is not good and you don't want to walk into any of those tight nooks and crannies towards the B bomb site. The open plains.
It's also just further conditioning. 3 rounds in a row, they've gone out long. 3 rounds in a row, they've planted the bomb here. I'm looking at the money for both Tiger and Kaze. I wonder if the first gun round is going to be double AWPs for Rare Atom, because obviously they are rocking essentially 2 AWP players. I would prefer the conversation obviously around Kaze and Tiger, who's wielding the primary, who's going with the secondary. I think Kaze is a more than capable rifler, so be interesting. On a map like Dust2, you can absolutely get away with it. as Clouden starts to farm up even more kills. It's now his turn to get a multi. Haztica keeps on firing. But yeah, there's enough money here for 2 AWPs if they want it. Okay, so Kaze goes immediately onto the A1, and Tiger will get his AWP. Makes sense.
Yeah, so my expectation is Tiger will be prioritizing the AWP, but I think when the economy allows, don't be surprised if Kaze rocks the secondary.
It's really
Good
smart.
luck, Child King.
Yeah.
There are a lot of fellas coming at you, and, well, lots of bullets in the M4A4, Brandon, and you can fire them off very rapidly, but you do need to connect them.
That's what I was saying about the conditioning in the previous 3 rounds, because immediately Rare Atom are like, okay, well, our first gun round, we're going to take long. They heavily prioritized it. They had the AWP over there as well. And Child King just doesn't have any direct rotations. Brilliant call out of NomadS. It's really simple Counter-Strike, but it's proven to be vastly effective against Rare Atom. And now they've got to save. They've got to hold on to everything here. I love the fact that NomadS are giving it a little bit of a look. You can send a few players in to try and do some damage. If you find this AWP, that is a monumental thing to remove out of the equation, but I don't think it's happening.
Terrorists win.
Sticker's on the hunt. Oh, no. Doesn't work out. Not a bother for him, though. He's loaded. This would have been nice to eliminate that weapon. Thankfully, with all of those save guns, it's just Child King that needs to be re-equipped with his M4. He doesn't want to go near that B side again. He's off long, taking the spawns. And Tiger strikes first. Hooligan was making a fool of the Nomads, of the Huns. He was up against them. This time, he's the one that falls first, and Hanks thought he was going to fire that for a second when he saw that break. There was maybe a chance.
Good news for our Atom is they're actually able to find this opening kill. They just slide back into a much more passive default. They give NomadS a little bit of control. Azteca dropping a smoke in case the T-side wants to go over here a little bit later on. They're just dropping utility. They're trying to maintain control over the map. But because you've got this opening kill, you don't really need to budge if you're our Atom. Kaze on this angle, about to be tested by multiple players. He needs to try and hold his line, or at least buy time for the rotate to come over. But they haven't peeked him directly. It's still adjusts. It's a dink, but it's that AK paying off. And Azteca, in the meanwhile, has jumped down into CT, but caught by Child King.
All right, bit of redemption for Child King on that one. And a flash comes out, but doesn't fully blind the whole squad. Clouden stays alive, but the damage, look at it. 2 players limping. One's been given the AWP, so it's not quite so bad. Clouden goes down. Izza's up long, and Izza is gone. Hanks won't even get the bomb. No, he will, just about. That's a small consolation. They've got plenty of money anyway, but for Adam, that is a great round to get on the board. They immediately scoop up that second AWP as well. 3 alive. Adam, get Dust2 started.
Yeah, much better from Rare Atom. It's all eased by this opening kill you get out of Tiger. Even if you lose your player in Kaze, the reaction immediate. I'm really glad that Child King's able to deal with Azteca, because that gives them the space to then maybe flash through that smoke, maybe push through that smoke. That's exactly what he does. So much constant pressure being inflicted by the CTs whilst directly not being in the position to hold the T side back at bay. Lee Hang jumps over, confirms, hey, Hooligan's peeking middle again.
Kaze can post up on long and fast out through short. Knowing that the AWP's not in play, Azteca swings out wide. Now you know that second one's there, but Kaze misses the opportunity. Goes for another shot, but Azteca just keeps on swinging. Still a player out long that could cause some problems. And Hanks was just having his own game over on B. Maybe a few too many pieces to this puzzle. Now it gets a little dicey because Izzer is separated. You've got two players starting to progress. If that shot had come through, maybe there was a chance, but Tiger hits his up and over. Oh, the no-scope from Tiger connects. And now you know Izzer surely has to be coming in from short. Lee Hang is on the line. So we'll get the shot off. The bomb's being defused and the molly's not going to be thrown. It's a flash instead and it's a stick in the face. What a round from Tiger.
Yeah, brilliant. Really glad that for once we've not cursed the Kadia player to watch. I love how responsive he was there because Child King's trying to juggle a lot of responsibility because he's aware that there's another player out long. So he's just dropping all his utility as a block. He then throws the nade behind the smoke. He makes his a commit to fall all the way back and going towards short. Tries to isolate that kill. It doesn't work out, but the space he creates allows Tiger to swoop in, and that no-scope was a necessity to enable Rare Atoms to get back-to-back rounds here. One more buy because of the quantity of bomb plants here for NomadS. With Azteca and Clouden, it's a bit more of a default. It's a bit more of a resurgence over towards tunnels. Now they're going to try and scale short. I'm loving the tempo changes out of NomadS. The faster play in towards short in that previous round. Now the deliberate slowdown. They're trying to create a lot of uncertainty for Rare Atom, and they're hoping they're going to make some mistakes. Rare Atom are just burrowed and turtled in these bomb sites. They're saying, okay, you can have all the space, but when it comes to actually taking the site, good luck.
Classic split smokes. He hangs eyeing this walkthrough, but misses that timing. Might get punished on this future jiggle. Yeah, spammed out by Azteca, who's on a great tear on this map. 9 kills deep. Clouden will fall, but the trade is fast from Hooligan, and that's the B bomb site. That is the round.
Again, we're talking about tempo changes. You often see just in the meta of Counter-Strike at the moment, these double smokes being dropped, but it's never really the intention to go mid to be off them. It's always to trap players looking in towards middle so you can go short. And you can see the reaction out of Summer, because as soon as the split smokes come in, he hears the flashbang being thrown through the middle doors, he immediately mollies short. So the idea was correct for NomadS, where they think, actually, we're going to use these smokes early. But again, going to create this additional layer of confusion to Rare Atom. So if they ever see these smokes again, that's the time where they have to commit to having multiple players in towards middle. And that's probably the time they're going to go up in towards short and change the direction of the attack. It's just really tough there, where you've got, obviously, Lehang and Tiger in the site, but you haven't got anyone that can break open the smoke in at CT out of Rare Atom. You haven't got that additional element of pressure. So then Lehang is looking at 2 different smokes. Tiger is almost watching the window and tunnels at the same time. You've got this division of responsibility, and it's just too much for both of them to deal with.
Timing was just terrible, wasn't it? Make life easier. All right, though, I'm happy that we're getting this from NomadS. This is what I'm kind of talking about. Hoping that we'd continue to see. We saw there's the Huns. Is a little delayed on Summer's death there, but does find that kill. Tries to jump back around that corner. They strike fast, don't they, when they get these opening picks. They're at him and caught off on a lot of occasions early on in these rounds.
We can do it again. All right. Lehang has changed up his angle, and yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about in the previous. So you've dropped all the utility. You've got one player that's lurking. In fact, he's going to go through the CT smoke because they didn't break it in the previous round either. Azteca can remove Tiger, potentially can trade him in a sec because they've got no idea that this player from NomadS is deep down in here. Child King will trade. That's so important because that gives Tiger a lot of flexibility. Missed shot again. Incendiary goes forward, and he goes forward as well. This is dangerous. Out of Tiger, playing really close quarters AWP, and he'll be punished by Hooligan. 2 versus 2. In fact, make it even worse for Rare Atom. As Hanks plucks one out the sky, Kaze will now reveal himself, and Hooligan never really needs to peek. Gets mollied, forced back, but again, you're still baiting in Hanks, and Kaze's run out of ammo. It gets even worse for Rare Atom, and whilst Hooligan can miss all of these shots, I don't think it's going to amount to too much, no. Hanks on the catwalk, NomadS gets 6.
Yeah, Hooligan on Tuesday was hitting all of those, though.
That's what we call
We've
a
all
life
been there.
game.
Yeah, it did feel like a life game. But yeah, we've all been there. Nice try from Tiger. You can see he felt the desperation to try and get close, but Hooligan did hit the key kill there to kind of set that up. Superior numbers after getting that first pick, and that the trading onto site felt good. Fight out towards long. Cloudin cops the HE. We'll pick the space. Tiger likely to be given the responsibility to peer over the smoke, while Hastika tried to continue his reign of terror in finding picks in short and middle, but it's damage onto Summer, all protecting him, but the smoke not protecting Hooligan. Cops a leg back in return, but he'll disengage. Two-player advantage for Eratim.
Yeah, Li Hang's making the move, if he didn't make, I was going to comment on, which is the way to target and the way to deal with Nomads in the brand of Counter-Strike they're playing, which is pack mentality. They're grouping, they're trying to execute quite quickly, is to get ahead of the game and to understand where they're coming from. So Li Hang has pushed tunnels in this instance, and now look at the rotates for Eratim. Everyone is here. You can deviate into a mid to B if you want for Nomads, and you might even be forced to do that, but that's why Child King's rotated over off the back of Summer's smoke. Flashbang played through, a break on the smoke, doesn't net anything. Cloudon's trying to trade, and Summer has traded places with him, and Cloudon's found 2 kills in the meantime. Information overload for Rare Atom, but with Summer dealing with the bomb carrier, it should still be okay.
I feel so bad for Cloudon, right? Because he gets those 2 quick taps to get the kills, but he's not looking at the kill feed, right? He's just looking at the kills. Like, okay, I've killed 2 people. I've dealt with this short play. We can progress. There's space on A. Isa can come up through long. But of course, Summer, who got that first kill in short and ended up with 3 in the round, just walked into that smoke. And one of those things a teammate can comment that moment, but it's also like it's happening so fast. So brilliant round from Summer. I can't believe he got the second kill with low HP on the first player that kind of pushed through. This one here into Hanks.
Oh, that timing is
The timing's
wild.
outrageous.
Yeah, Cloudon will feel hard done by. But a lot of credit goes to Li Hang there, even though Li Hang didn't directly get a kill. He influenced the rotates of Rare Atom and made it so they were in the right place at the right time. Isa has got the hero AWP over Hooligan. They're going to quickly escalate the situation towards short. This is going to be a burst, and someone's going to be tested again.
Playing a bit of an off angle, but he's going to drop the util on the timing. He's seen the heads. So nade should do some damage. Yeah, reasonable amount. I don't think he saw as many players as there actually are. Tiny utility being dropped by Kaze. He's not seeing anyone extend just yet. With the amount of players they have on A, you think it should be enough to deal with what Nomads want to throw. Kaze throws a flashbang up. A smoke gives a little bit of space, and Kaze being able to get the one actually from his position, but maybe a chance for more, and continuing to farm on this headshot angle. Child King finds his on the lurker, and it's Isa with that hero orb that was invested in. Try and pick it up. But over the top comes Kaze, and he completes his triple kill, so huge impact from Kaze.
Brilliant smoke from Kaze, because he's deliberately designed almost a tunnel for Nomads, and all he has to do is put his crosshair on the default box, and then, oh, a headshot, thank you very much. And the second player from Nomads goes, I'm going to go and trade, and go straight into the headshot angle. So really well crafted just by that smoke, because you can throw that smoke in so many different directions. Over towards short, you could throw it behind the utility of Nomads to make it a little bit tricky when they come through. But Kaze instead just creates a window. And now he's going to try and find even more kills. Vertical flick is actually good on the second player, even though it didn't look like it connected. Hooligan hits the deck, and they can't recover this AWP. Another one of these hero rifles now being invested, but it gets quickly blown out of the server. Summer has been so instrumental here towards short, and the bomb will eventually get denied off the back of a team flash.
Yeah, Oops recovered as well, so happy days. Kaze can continue to enjoy Sniper. Both of them on 7 kills. Kaze has higher ADR. Keeping an eye on this dual AWP situation. I don't know if that's one of those things where you're like, okay, we can sign this wicked sick player, but he is an AWPer, so Kaze would, well, shouldn't be Kaze has a lot of decision making with it actually, but well, we'll just make it work. How long? 1 for 1. NomadS very disinterested in the B bomb site. Outside of that 1 round, they went there. Can't quite hit that flick. That's given them the way in, and with Hooligan finding another, they might just win out the half. Hastika, brilliant tap onto Child King. That should seal it. 7 secured. Lee Hang. I'm not favoring him in the 1v3 as he runs straight through. Hooligan should take him down, and NomadS will end the half with a 2-round lead.
Seven rounds here for NomadS on their T side, and to be honest, you really felt like they needed to get that last one to break up the momentum a little bit as Rare Atom were building back into this game. They now swap to go on the T side. Aggression from Izza quickly pushed back out of Rare Atom. Information goes both ways. Pushes in towards lower, pushes in towards top middle. Also a large amount of life force of Rare Atom just being enforced in the tunnels. Basically all of the squad is here, and that's why you got these extra rotates. I love this. NomadS are pushing.
Strange that the players that are holding for them though. Child King gets his and gets it twice. They were ready for this aggression. NomadS really want to take some space back, get that information, and unfortunately it's not worked out for them unless Hastika, no, Child King is the one that stands tall. Clouding gets one passing kill, but doubtful of any further success. No, it's Summer that will get that frag. Atom will answer with a pistol of their own.
I know it didn't work out, but I love the idea. Just a flashbang in towards upper tunnels. You've got two players that are pushing with it. It's a shame that Rare Atom were ready for it. I think this has been a feature piece just of NomadS. And we definitely saw it against the Huns the other day. Just really aggressive in fighting for map control. More than happy to go back into areas of map control they previously lost to try and fight for it. I think Rare Atom have realized over the first half that that's the idea that they want to operate with. Good holding, good discipline, punishes the mistakes. Now we've got 5 players ready to go through long. And unfortunately, the flashbang isn't good enough.
Terrorists win.
One kill and one kill only. Yeah, tied up Rare Atom. Starting to get a roll, but now the true test will come as the rifles fill the hands of NomadS. I know that the logo has like arrows in it. It's pretty cool. It's like 2 arrows with like shield middle. I mean the Mongolian crest. It's hard to pick out. Just looking for it. 7 damage back. A break?
7.
Yeah, well, he deals 100. Takes 67. So 60, that's good maths. That's favorable if you has to go.
It was odd shift over at 1xBet because even when NomadS were 5-0 up, they were still unfavored to win, and that was just gotten even worse because the scoreline's equal. They got this player advantage here. The issue you've got here for NomadS in this round is that there's a minute left and you've got 2 smoke grenades. In fact, 1 smoke grenade now. You haven't really got any block utility with mollies. You haven't got any nades that can soften up these players. You just have to hope that you guess correctly. It feels like they have. Double set up in towards long. Hooligan. Back up a little bit into this corner. And I feel like he needs to get out of there because he's potentially about to be run down. Trade immediate, but that's where Clouden steps in. And Clouden just keeps going. That's the bomb drop. That should be the round.
Yeah, that's what we expected out of Clouden as well. Big moment from him. Child King. I've got to find this kill onto the wounded Hastika. Damage should be nice, but 10 seconds left. Make sure he doesn't go down after time and he realizes that. It's more imperative to him just to hold on. So first gun round goes the way of NomadS. And yeah, you kind of mentioned the util being an issue for them. Oh. And yeah, you can see, I think that's why they go and lean into that long setup with 2 players. Almost terrible timing on the clear, but yeah, when you've got no utility to kind of deal with a short play, because that normally requires you to drop block utility, to place a defensive smoke, have flashes go high, you move into setups that can more deal with the contact like they do at long, and then with the double up on B, and you just hope that one of these extremities is the target.
I'm surprised I didn't flash Rare Atom. Like, one flashbang there just completely changes the outcome. Instead, doesn't happen. This is messy, this is scrappy, and Hooligan wants to take the fight. And then Clouden yet again follows up with another multi-kill. And the Tech 9 can't really trade, or maybe it can. Kaze drive-by onto Clouden. Hastek is still here, and I think Rare Atom have got an idea that he exists, especially with that spray. But keep your eye on this flank, because Iz has already pushed through B. Where our atoms slow down, they reassess their options and they look behind themselves.
Yeah, NomadS are really good at doing this against the Huns. So Izza in particular on a lot of flank timings, but he might be getting a little over-eager on this push. Kaze's holding for that exact play, and I guess the information, but that doesn't change the situation. Still penned in. Now with the CTs now falling back, they're actually not going to be cycling this smoke. They have the opportunity to with one still on Hanks. Instead, they'll just have the bodies ready to deal with this. Hastica down below, and then short players ready to fight. But a spam from Hastica sees nothing. Off his reload, they start to slowly cross just on the contact, smoke into short just to cut off that angle, and even breaking that smoke in mid-side just so they know nobody is hiding that can swing. Molly as well. Now they've spotted a player charging out. Izza just runs through with Hanks in between the two of them. They've done a great job. And it leaves it to Tiger, who can't get it done. Izza again. And back-to-back rounds. NomadS starting to really make a distance here as Rare Adam's money broke.
Really impressive from Izza, because remember, Izza was a player that went long, didn't overextend, and then there's a lot of players that would get trapped in that situation and would feel like, oh, well, they know I'm here, I'm going to try and go for this long flank a little bit later. But no, it's just the threat of contact. He can leave, he can regroup with his teammates, and that enables and facilitates this double short swing. They flashbang through the smoke. If he wasn't there, if he was lurking out long late, then you could never do that. You can never be that proactive. So I love the rotation to go back in towards short, to be with your team, to consistently be playing off each other. That's been the gameplay and the game plan for NomadS the entire way through Dust2, and it continues here on the CT side.
Can't believe they forced into this.
This feels a bit dodgy.
I feel like that's what the Huns are doing as well, right? Just teams that know that they're better and they just feel like they can maybe outclass their opposition, but
I mean, Cloud and Hanks don't have any money, right? So it's one of those where the rounds have been fairly close. So they feel like, okay, well, if we win this, we break the money, we're able to get it done. It could just be a fast poppy play over towards the B bomb site. But there are two defenders here. Guys, even make it a third if you count Hooligan, because he could easily rotate over.
Yeah, NomadS have read this really well. Double short setup and triple B. I mean, this couldn't be better for them.
Oh, they've got this little up-down approach as well, where you've got different angles of elevation. Rare Atom are putting pressure in towards short, but because of Hastekka's position, they don't need to move. This is really nice, because as you jump onto the box, you're never going to be expecting him. And you should be dealt with. But somewhere on the Tech 9 finds one, and Clouden can't trade because of the molly.
Yeah, this should cause some movement around the map. That's not the lurk smoke. He lost his lineup when that counter smoke landed. But it kind of works. That one wasn't necessary. Smokier than Snoop Dogg's bedroom in there. Barton's gone on a little investigation mission out towards long. He's seeing nobody home there at all. So this play out through short, the timing of it could not be better, actually. This could really work out. They get around this corner. Some are probably done for, but low HP anyway. So now you know you can go.
Now you know that there's going to be a player out long soon. So you just plant for short. Just plant. There we go. And then get ready to deal with these players. It's a good nade. The flashbang is effective, but the Tech 9s at close range are even better. Kaze and Lee Hang, this is why they force-sport Rare Atom. Applying the squeeze and then the wide swing round the corner onto Hooligan. He can't handle it. And look at the impact that does. Hastekka, the only one with money. What a decision that is from Rare Atom. And they decide to go back into short as well, because that's where they found the gun initially. But it's the Tech 9s that do the damage.
I just saw an AWP bought by Hastekka into this next round, so it's going to be a very interesting situation. Yeah, that's really cool, right? It just works out really well. Just that pause. Two smokes land in the B dodge. You get that kill in short, and everything feels hunky-dory to go for this short play.
You've seen free jump. You surely just go A here. You've seen 3 players cross to B.
You do have all this tunnels control. 4 players on B. Okay, so it's the Hastika AWP, solo A, and then pistols and MP9 to hold down all of B.
Oh, Hazdika's trying to get a little bit cheeky with it.
Oh,
Burn
no. He almost died completely from that. That would have been so sad. He thought there was rude.
That ain't a sauna, little bro. It's a pool of fire. Good news is for our Atom is that Lee Hang is about to discover that A is completely open. And Hastika can't contest it because of his HP, so he's going to go and save with the rest of the gang over at the B bomb site. This is going to be the equalizer for Rare Atom. They've been able to immediately win back rounds rather than having a big delay where NomadS were up 5 rounds to the good before they answered. This now gets increasingly more scary, in my opinion, for NomadS because they've had such a good start. They won both pistols. That was carrying them through a little bit. But where it's boiled down to these gun rounds, Rare Atom would have been in complete control, and NomadS have been punished by almost playing their brand of CS. They now need to take a pause. They now need to evolve and figure out what the best course of action is.
Well, the good news is, at least into the next round, they can kind of run a similar setup. But Hastika can probably buy armor. This Child King just swings and deletes him.
Terrorists win.
And actually, pretty reserved. Don't want to hunt too much. They know that. Well, actually, they have a fair bit of money to do so, but they decide not to. You didn't really get a sense of what NomadS had in that round, but I think that they didn't contest you at all, in short. Kind of tells you the story that they did force into that. I don't think you're expecting the AWP still. I don't know if Hooligan, if has to ever fire that off.
No, he didn't.
So still some element of surprise here available. Could just be Hastika pushing him mid.
Nice double nade early. Just banked off upper tunnels. Break on the smoke. Hooligan doesn't see anything. Hastika, the perfect position to be annoying. And that flashbang is really good. Yeah, completely blindsided. Was Summer, but Lee Hang and Tiger swing back in for trades. 4v2. The crisis, the saved AWP averted.
And now they're just going to go long after seeing Hanks. There's only 1 player left, so let's go as a unit. Yang needs to get out. You've seen the AWP now. You know exactly what's going on. Yang will do his damnedest just to keep them at bay, keep them occupied. Removing the AWP would actually be good. I don't think they can get an AWP into the next round if they don't keep this one. Okay, Hanks has picked it up.
It's like extreme pass the parcel.
Just went one by one, didn't it? He'll be allowed to hold on to it, I think.
I think so.
That's good.
At least you know this if you're Rare Atom. And obviously Tiger fired off his, and you'd be anticipating it anyway if you're NomadS. But this is good info for Rare Atom. Look, we're 10-9 up. Hanks is going to be saving an AWP. That also means there's no AKs in this round for NomadS. They haven't been able to recover any of those. That's a lot of damage, considering brought into it was just save weaponry. 3 kills. The money is, of course, swelling for Rare Atom as they've won so many rounds in a row. But you take the small victories where you can, and they could have got a little bit out of hand. Now it's Lee Hang's turn to wield the sniper. As he's got the long spawn.
Everyone gets a chance on Rare Atom, it feels. Hooligan gets an opportunity. And Lee Hang will find success. Hanks hits the deck. And feels like he really wants to try and get something back, but he's not being offered anything up at all. Plenty of time for Atom to play out this 5v4. As you can see from the minimap. Just avoiding B will be the answer.
I feel like Rare Atom have got a piece together that no one's directly in short ever for Nomads. There's no one really contesting it. I'm surprised that, again, we're in this situation where Nomads feel like they've got to gamble stack one bomb site. But they haven't revealed that they're here, which could be a little bit scary. You see that Summer has just thrown a smoke to go into short, and there goes mid to B. They're going to be in the right place at the right time here. Rare Atom, they've read this one wrong.
Okay, this could be a disaster for them, especially with Hooligan finding the first kill. Chalking strikes, so Hooligan looking for more, feeling that pressure coming, and he's the one applying it. Lihang finding that frag, though. Hooligan, for all the kills that he does, his teammates achieve nothing. Lihang's low, but he has the AWP. 3 kills for him in this round. Those trade frags, so impactful. The nade, unfortunately, isn't. Lihang finds the quad. Insane impact. After Hooligan does his best to hold down B, it's just not enough.
Oh, Cloudon just tucks in behind the box and doesn't reveal himself. You just keep letting Hooligan play. You win that round in its entirety. There were 7 AWP kills in that round. 4 to Lihang, 3 to Hooligan. But Cloudon pokes his head up and Child King removes him. Tell you what, it's really gone under the radar, Child King's performance this map, but he's had so many important kills. Speaking about the flashiness of Summer, of Tiger in this map, but Child King has been really instrumental in Rare Atom getting a number of these rounds. It feels like that was the best opportunity for Nomads to have any further say in this map. This one's going to peter out quite quickly. Unless...
You jinxed him.
No.
Looks fine. Yeah, Tiger's on the prowl.
Wow.
Ow. I think tigers have a bit more of a growl to their meow. It's not quite so sultry, Brandon.
My bad.
Spending too much time in the wrong discords.
No comment.
Swing out from long from ESL. Is there something to be said about this?
Damage.
1v2. Nah, Lihang removes all threats. Powerful from top to bottom are Rare Atom. Just 5 kills between Kaze and Dangerous, aka Child King. Makes sense that the king of children would be dangerous.
Stop. Oh my god. No comment. Double nade. Yet again, is just consistently battering Hanks. It will be Haztecker that gets rid of Child King. Tiger begging for an opportunity to grab a kill in towards short is full blind, but so too is Summer. Whilst Lizard gets traded that eventually, you still got this player advantage. Hit for Nomads.
That was a Tiger flash too, so kind of sold his teammate out there, unfortunately, with that one. Not timed well. Cloudon, you do not want to walk around this corner, my friend. Oh, Kaze, the timing. He just looked away, and Tiger had just fallen off the angle as well. So, not done in Nomads. Tiger has a 1v4. Cloudon's already flanking through his spawn. And the nade, nice little detail, makes it so that Tiger can't see a thing as Hanks swings.
The timing is so horrible. Good reaction out of Nomads because they obviously get double naded in towards upper tunnels. They think, okay, well, maybe we just fight mid. Maybe we take that space. It is in such a good angle. Unfortunate for Rare Atom is that team flash, as you mentioned. Can they close? Or if Nomad's got something further to say about their map pick. Can they force overtime? Well, it's going to get a little bit tricky, especially with Tiger finding 2 kills, half blind with the smoke spam.
See the bodies lined up on the edge of that smoke. T1 drop to cause disruption, making it so that the CT is wanting to fight towards long doors, can't see a thing, and said it's grey, and then it's black as their lights are put out. Hanks, smoke will go down, but they are not going to run through. Okay, they decide not to, so Hanks thanks his lucky stars. He's completely alone here. Hooligans able to catch Tiger. There's still something in this round. Though Izza, he might be in a bit of danger here unless he can hit a banger off a shot. Remove Summer, but it doesn't come through. It's Summer. Packs him up in a van. He's the removal list. Hanks just gets spammed out. What a way for it to end. Lee Hang. They styles on him as we're at him. Take their opponent's map pick 13-10.
Yeah, look, you got to give a lot of credit to NomadS, to be honest, because they're able to fight back in pretty effectively. But as soon as Rare Atom got the ball rolling in both halves, they just look completely unseen. We need to see Hazteca keeping up the same form. And that's where I start to throw these question marks in for NomadS, because it is one of those where, yes, we did watch them against the Huns. Yes, they were able to overpower them. But in the same breath as that, it was because we had all these players stepping up and reaching that consistent level. They need to do it again here. And it's just a question of if they can rather than when they can.
We have some solid ancient players. Clouden, one to keep an eye on this map. See, he was really starting to ramp up towards the end of Dust2 on that CT side. Nope, tested early, as he is the only one over at A. He's about to peek into 4 players, and yeah, doesn't even get a chance. So, unlucky, I guess.
Oh, Summer will get out of there and has now seen a large amount of players in towards Temple, gets flashed for his troubles by his teammate. They keep doing that. Rare Atom, and it's a big brawl. And I tell you what, the trades, they were working out quite well. 1v1 is, in fact, everyone has run out of ammo. Summer swaps to a different sidearm to get the job done. That was incredibly close and almost comical, the way that both players ran out of ammo at exactly the same time.
Yeah, you can kind of visualize it like a movie scene, right? It's like a John Wick standoff. All of the goons around them have fallen. It's down to our protagonist versus the antagonist in this 1v1. Both of them fire off the last bullet in the chamber and it misses. They cast their sidearms to the ground and pick up the guns from their fallen teammates to get the job done, but Summer a little quicker on the trigger. Rare Atom secure the pistol, which felt like they should have from the start. Everyone's blind on this little maneuver, but at least there's the trade from Hooligan.
That's the important thing, the second player this time. And in fact, Clouden's nowhere near. Clouden's at Cave in this round. It was both Hanks and Hooligan over there. Rare Atom going to move back in towards B, but Hazteca's caught wind of this. There are 3 players directly on the B bomb site to try and defend, but the push out from Cave could be ill-timed.
Rotation's going to scramble over, but Lee Hang just domes Hazteca, and now they can just scale up and get the site for free. There will be this flank on ramp, but Kaze should be aware of the possibility. Yeah, he's going to go back, and this is the timing, but they'll swing into him 1-for-1, and this is 5-7 doing some work. Picks up the Galil. Is there a chance here? No, not with Lee Hang on the case. 3 in the round. 1 through the smoke, and then onto ramp to close. So Rare Atom deal with the force bite. Start their map pick as well as you would like.
Just instant onto Hazteca from Lee Hang, and that just creates all of the space. And where the players are in Cave, they've got to make a decision. Do we push and go for this flank, or do we reroute and go back in towards Cave? They go for the flank. It nearly works out, but because Lee Hang gets that kill on Hazteca, they gain all the space, Rare Atom. And from there, it's just really difficult to try and retake back in. Half bite in shoes now for NomadS. And again, with this double layering in towards A main, because Rare Atom have been here more often than not. Ollie doesn't go deep, it goes shallow to flush players out of these corners, and the flashbang also dodged by Clouden, but the nade, he can't quite manage that one. He's brought down to a sliver. And Rare Atom, yet again, have got good map control.
And this one only falters if a couple of these pistols can hit some gnarly shots, but I think even if Izzard does find one or two, you got this double setup in A and a donut player. Response time would just be far too late. If they signal their intent with a little smoke down and then don't immediately pounce, okay. It was only if you got that second that maybe I started to get excited, but I think if someone getting the trade, all the fun and games this round ended. Perhaps a chance to inflict some damage.
Yeah, they just can't get in. They've got to rush and they've got to go as a unit. Here comes the swing through the smoke and unfortunately doesn't work out as anticipated. Kaze will clean up with a triple kill of his own. It's nice to see that every single player is being influential here for Rare Atom. Goes back into that prior conversation. Everyone is stepping up and everyone did step up on Dust 2. We need someone to really take the reins here for NomadS.
Cowboy. I mean, you know, they are the NomadS. You'd expect them to be good on horseback. Hanks wants this fight. Just walking back turned into it because that flash was coming through, but there was a player tucked in. Child King, not anticipated. He just ducks back out to allow Li Hang to swing out as well. So perfect counterplay to that attempted aggression. Clouden gets a cheeky kill. Slides over the top. Kaze will punish him though. Meanwhile, Izza has found one more, so this is still interesting. Only if Izza had found that kill, but with the final player now spotted, Kaze just needs to get out with the bomb. With smoke down. Ready for this push, no doubt, and we'll deal with it. That was the only scary thing, but even then, Hooligan would have had to have found two more. So, no disaster. Rare Atom, brilliant counterplay in middle.
Yeah, nice setup in mids. The fact that Child King swings over, you got Li Hang who gets out of dodge, creates the bait, and Child King just reels them in. Then Li Hang can swing off the contact and deal with the second player in towards middle. They're playing with some great fundamentals right now, Rare Atom. This is where the danger starts to creep in for the NomadS. That molly has worked and will spread. The spam, unfortunately, doesn't fully connect on Child King. He'll get out with about half HP. For Rare Atom, they say, okay, do you want middle? That's fine. We're just going to immediately exec in towards the B bomb site. There are a lot of players here, though, for NomadS.
That's the thing, they really did want to press middle early, and when they have to cancel that, they didn't have anyone with forward positioning at B, so NomadS have got the ideal CT space early, but they don't really have a good way of maintaining it outside of pure brute force. Kaze's flashbang has a chance to do some heavy lifting. Clouden get one and swing up for another. Now is the only part of this setup that still remains. No one up on the ledge to kind of help out, but still a 2v2. Okay, it's just charging forward. He needs to be ready. Not ready for Azteca. I can't believe that. So now Kaze has to clutch it up, but at least he's made this forward maneuver. He's missed the timing. Now it is planted, I think, at the edge of the tip, so he'll be in a good position no matter where he goes. He's playing this perfectly against Hanks, but the timing could favor the CT around the corner. Hanks comes, and NomadS forward positioning with the half buy gets it done.
Yeah, really impressive, and I like the way that Hanks plays it because he just gets ahead of the molly that gets thrown in towards heaven. He dodges that nade as well. But yeah, Child King completely misses the mark on the timing he feels like he's got here. He's so paranoid. I think he might have even heard Hanks creep close in cave. Gives Azteca that little bit of breathing space. So there's one round back. No AWP still for Rare Atom with how aggressive that they're playing. Hooligan finally equipped with his. Let's see if that's going to be the turning point here for NomadS. An uncontested sniper Are they able to get consecutive rounds in a row, or are Rare Atom going to beat them away again? It's like, what, a fake on B, hit on A? This makes a lot of sense because NomadS have been biting down and rotating over incredibly fast.
Yeah, but the NomadS positioning actually looks good to deal with this. They've got Hooligan holding the line with the AWP. Hanks can potentially play fast on the flank if required, and he doesn't have to worry about Donut at all, so he can play a bit less of a conventional position. Adam now send the second barrage out on B, really hoping this will keep players interested. You can see the immediate effect. Hooligan falls off to a more passive line, and the timing is not good for him. Almost adjusts back. Instead, he takes the damage, and Summers found the kill on the lurk. Can't get that player on the cross, but Hastika can. Him and Hank swing in from Donut, and then Cloudin chimes in as well. So looking good for NomadS, despite the round starting poorly. Kaze has a very difficult 1v3. Smoke lands in at CT elbow. Cloudin's got position behind default with Hastika. Between the two of them, yeah, they will catch him off guard.
Why did they not smoke Donut? Why didn't they throw a flash into Donut? There are so many questions. Yet again, Rare Atom just feel like, oh, the fakers worked out perfectly. There's no one going to be there in towards mid. They didn't have anyone directly in towards elbow that could have been giving a heads up to these players on A. It just feels like they've got the right idea, but the execution is a little bit sloppy towards the tail end. Because if they added just an extra layer of utility, that round goes a lot differently. Instead, you present yourselves to Donut. You don't really clear it apart from just a random swing here or there. It's sloppy. It really is. It's also just a little bit unnecessary.
NomadS have gone for this double A setup again. This time with an AWP and rifler. Now they'll bring that third piece over B. So AK spotted. I'm just going to draw out the smoke grenade.
Oh, it's not very good.
The best. No. Not the worst. Still prevents them from crawling up.
Does it?
Maybe it entices a crawl. Yeah, Summers just caught him in the side of the head. Whoopsie daisy. And then we get Child King walking through. Summers found two. That smoke is a disaster, and it's cost them the round.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, fair play for Summer for taking the risk and just thinking, okay, well, they've used this smoke. It's not very good. They've now got the contact in cave. I'm going to make my move. Instant kill onto one of the cave players, and he snaps back on towards Hanks at long. That hero AK does all of the damage, but that is a massive faux pas from the NomadS. At least they'll hopefully be able to hold on to their guns, but they have 19 HP between them. Rare Atom are far enough away to not end up hunting, but it's getting a little bit touch and go.
On a side note, I just noticed the news where Adam officially today announced that Trash had been benched. I know that headline caused a lot of stir when Trash came in. Obviously replacing, was it somebody?
Yes, yeah.
So Tiger feels, I don't know if it's been necessarily announced that he is permanently there, but standing in for a minute now in place of Trash. Had a good showing on Dust2. Unlucky for Summer, spammed out by that FAMAS through the cubby. Not really contesting mid too much for our Atom. We saw them do it in that one round quite successfully, but really touched it at all as of late.
Hang then tries desperately to find something up towards the top of ramp. Feels like he has to take some sort of space, some sort of fight. Doesn't pan out the way he anticipated. So the NomadS, this is a really nice response. It comes in at a good break point as well. And they've got all the guns back out. Rare Atom's money is not in a good state despite winning some of these rounds. So for them, immediately, 25 seconds left. Do they really want to go into this? Or maybe call this off. Ollie needs to go in towards Cave before Clouden is spotted. But I think Clouden's just going to try and take the fight. But that's not great. Tiger will get the first. Izza now stuck between ramp and Cave. They're able to do the damage. Child King will just about punch in the digits. This 3v2 has got legs to it.
Yeah, they got a resmoke they can drop down as well. So Hooligan's line is blocked off. This one along will fade. And there is this push through Cave. Child King needs to be aware of this, and he's not blindsided by Hanks. And it falls to Tiger, who's focused on long. And even if he found that kill, Hanks would have traded. So they're at him. Make a good case for that round from a very difficult position. Just about getting the bomb down and into that 2-on-2, but NomadS coming from every direction and having that player advantage is enough to get it done.
Look, considering you won last round with one hero AK, you've done a lot of damage to NomadS, their economy. It makes an awful lot of sense to force here, especially with the loss bonus for Rare Atom. You still get a number of AKs with utility. Tiger's just reduced to a Deagle, but it isn't the end of the world. There's still a pretty comprehensive buy, all things considered. And yet again, Rare Atom are going to try this A bomb site. They're going to go with pace.
Hooligan's going to be tested. Up on that line, and he hits the shot on the summer. Looks for some more, but the flashbang's keeping him at bay, but nothing slowing down Hanks. He swings out for that frag. All low, but falls back. They've done their job really here. Hooligan will have to fall back. Hastika by his side. Bomb still not down. Hanks tries to spam it out, but won't successfully do so. So Kaze and Child King need to be the ones to get this done. Kaze on the crazy angle finds success, as does Child King. You know Hooligan's hanging out here, trying to throw out this flash, keep the distraction going. Hits one shot, traded out, and it's Child King that needs to do everything. With two players to deal with, they go on either side of that box, so he has nowhere that's safe for him to hide. And it's another successful retake coming through for NomadS.
Yeah, retakes have been brilliant here. Out of the NomadS, Hooligan at the helm of all of it, getting these 2 kills. The last fadeaway shot onto the A main player before Child King trades him. Almost feels like sometimes Rare Atom get a little bit ahead of themselves. They feel like they've already won the round when they absolutely haven't. And they need to relax a little bit. They need to play proper protocols. These afterplants have been lacking quite a lot. They find themselves in positions where one player is overextending, the other player is tucked in, and you get this division of knowing what the right answer is. It doesn't matter whether you want to take space or you want to tuck in the corner. The point is you've got to do it together, because the minute you isolate these fights, it is the minute you're going to give NomadS a chance back in. Azteca will find one alongside Hanks, and Izza should be able to get rid of Child King. It's a cleanup in the end, and now the scoreline is even.
A chance here for NomadS to win out another half. 5 without the pistol already. Starting to feel a bit better. They'll have no issues having the full investment in these final 2 rounds as well. Whereas for Rare Atom, some concessions in utility. Not even a smoke for Summer, who's prioritized the flames. Just to deny the jump up. Needs to do some damage in the middle. They want to fight this time. There are a lot of CTs here, so this needs to be some good flashes and some good counter play from the CTs. Means that there is no chance in mid this round. Azteca double down. Rare Atom might end this half with a limp.
Oh, Hooligan strafed to Temple. Just for a second, that allows the players to get over. Kaze a little bit worried, and this time Tiger goes deep into Donut, straight into Azteca. We'll at least catch him off to give a little bit of breathing room. 4v2. Kaze and Tiger wanting to swing at the same time. They know the AWP is here. They want to pressure him, and Hooligan hits the shot. And then you got the swing round the corner. Tiger able to get one trade, but again, another successful retake.
Yeah, hopping around corners. I don't know about that, trying to bait out the AWP shot, but surely you got to be ready for that play that's going to come from Red Room as well. Yeah, they really wanted this mid-fight, but really, unfortunately for them, NomadS, I think this is maybe even the first round they've had 3 players in that position. Most of the time it's just 2 or even 1. The 3 players in middle means that there is just no way they can just brute force their way through there, even if the flashes are perfection. Too many crosshairs on a small choke point. Bomb plant at least gives a little bit extra for rare atom into this round. They're running out of answers. One they've decided to go for is a B play, but great first shot from Izza, straight to the dome of Child King. Counter smoke deployed, but Tiger trying to get ahead. Flashbang comes over from Cloud, and at the perfect time. There's a trade through that smoke and further flashes, but they just can't find their way up. There's flashbangs in every direction, and Izza's spamming more through the smoke. Some are the only one with HP. Lihang is on 5 and running away with that bomb. A 2-on-3, but it may as well be a 1-on-3.
And there's no utility either to get them anywhere. Because NomadS have been brilliant over these last couple of rounds, just having a correct response in every single moment. Looks like Lihang will get hit in time. But Hooligan now creeps in and is able to catch off Lihang. It directly makes it a 3v1, but he goes back around the corner. NomadS, after the back of successful retakes, will extend their lead a little bit further at the end of the half.
This is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. Feet.
Nomads once again find themselves with a 7-5 half, a lead like they did on Dust2, but second halves have always been the tail for Rare Atom, so they can start with a pistol. If they can repeat Dust2, Nomads could potentially run away with their opponent's map pick.
Look at this. Out of Azteca immediately, just in towards Red Room, and Hanks immediately removing Lihang. It's going to get a little bit dicey now. Smoke thrown instantly into Cave to block off these players. Azteca still on the flank, still on the lurk. How far does he go before getting spotted? In fact, he's not going to be spotted. Summer about to be sideswiped in just a moment. Pressure being applied, and Azteca wanted more, and he gets more. Instant snapshot onto Kaze. That's going to be the pistol you would feel for Nomads, and Azteca goes even further.
All right, Azteca. Unk still got it. Mr. Child King. Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Sit in the corner and quick switch in a 1v5.
Why do you quick switch? Who quick switches? Come on, guys.
That's a good idea, everyone.
Stop doing this.
After he whiffed on Summer a little bit, I was scared, and then he just says, oh, I figured it out now. This is how you headshot with the P250. Instant onto Kaze.
That was clean
Very cool.
from Azteca.
Very cool pistol.
Or Aketsa, as you might want to call him. Force by from Rare Atom. They lose this, so I'm calling it. Inferno is where we're going. Nomads are not lost.
Dramatic. Okay. I don't think we're there yet. This is very much shaping up to be exactly the same style of round that Rare Atom was running against Nomads, just on these 4 spies, direct molly, spam. Summer not really being affected by any of it. Now there'll be this second volley. Summer creeps in. And it won't be Izza that directly spots him first, but it'll be Izza to close the door on any opportunity the 5-7 getting involved. Is there a flashbang here out of Kaze? Yes, there is. When does it directly go over? It's about now. Everyone's full blind, but it doesn't matter. Clouden and Izza clean up, and Rare Atom, they're going to have to be sent scrambling in this round. Kaze, the person who set up the flashbang play, is now the last one alive. It's a great shot on towards Izza, but any more? Oh, one more on the way out. It's a Deagle showcase from Kaze, but it's a 9th round for Nomads.
He might even just go down anyway. Ligon even wants to make sure it's on the MAC-10. No. Someone overextend. All right, keep the rifles. They know this is still a tough opponent, even though they have got a strong lead. Nice shots out of Kaze. That flashbang, you could watch Clouden tracking it. That was quite fun to watch from his POV. Even will complete the trifecta. So 4 spy dealt with readily between him and Izza. Rare Atom forced to sit back in this one. So it'll be a 5-10 scoreline we'll be looking at. Rare Atom will really have their work cut out for them. Summer has got the Hero M4 into this round. Kaze has gifted him that off the back of those Deagle shots.
I don't like this. If it works, sure. And yeah, they're able to get a Hero AK round off the back of Summer going in the first half. But on the CT side, I feel like you're a lot more disincentivized to have these Hero M4 purchases. You just need all the utility.
Yeah, I guess you can go an MP9 or something to the effect, but it still doesn't feel great. At the moment, they're really hoping that Summer could dissuade them from coming to this bomb site. Unfortunately, he might just go down with the M4. Fine to lose Kaze. You've seen a second as well. Decision to push out from Donut is actually probably just going to reinforce Nomads to go towards B. Summer is not playing a forward line. At least he's playing a position where he can get away with the M4. And if he saves it, then there's nothing lost.
Oh, that's true. You just play for exits now if you're Rare Atom. See if you can grab any of these AKs or bring them forward into the next round. That would make life a little bit easier. Azteca has seen Lee Hang. Lee Hang just moves off the angle a touch. It's being supported with flashbangs. It's Azteca. Now the MAC-10 wants to go in and get involved, but it's the AK that does the damage. Tiger. Oh, any shots? Yeah, there's one. Trying to force them back into Child King, maybe. If Child King can get a multi-kill here, this would feel pretty good. There we go. Lovely.
Grab the AK, my friend.
AK?
Yeah.
There we go.
Needed
All
that.
good.
Because Kaze needs a gun. That makes up for losing that import. Shot from Tiger. Okay, Kaze is even given the AWP, so Child King helping a friend out in need. Well, I guess Tiger's having a rough game, so Kaze gets all duties today.
This is fast.
You'll need to be good. First shot's great, and the swing out even better.
You understand the idea there for Nomads. You know all the money's just come back into the accounts of Rare Atom, so you go for a faster play. You got a couple of MAC-10s in the mix as well. This is essentially, I would say, a bonus, but it's also just not really, because Izza, Hooligan, they don't have the most amount of finances. Nice shot onto Tiger. That bad game extended further. Never mind what I said on Dust 2. We always curse the Kadia player to watch.
It really is like that, isn't it?
Nice shot. And that should be it.
Yeah. Don't lose any more. And you're happy. Shouldn't do though. Child King, that one's easy enough to clean up. All the AKs picked up. And the start of a long road, although actually the damage that they've inflicted so far means that it might be quicker to catch up than you'd think, despite the 4-round discrepancy, because this investment comes through. Izza has a MAC-10. Everyone else, we got some rifles, but yeah, kind of at the brink. So Adam can win this one. Game's back on.
I don't think it's directly going to be a fast speed this time out of Nomads. I think they're just going to look to establish some semblance of control. Although I say that, they are teetering on the edge.
Going.
It will be this acceleration. Summer gets caught off guard, and this time the hit will at least provide a little bit of resistance. Lee Hang swings back in with Izza. Tiger walks over with the counter flashbangs, and they still can't get rid of Lee Hang out of cave. Bomb finally planted, but Lee Hang is still swinging. A triple kill for him. I really do think this is Lee Hang's best map. Hank's thrown into the 1v2. There was a chance. It's not going to happen. Another successful B defense for Rare Atom.
Yeah, great job from Lee Hang. His teammate gets kind of caught out early, and he's able to play in from cave, and the flash comes over from the rotate. He's able to swing off that, continue to keep fighting, picking off these 1v1s, and making it so there's just nowhere to scale for Nomads. Keeping control of cave here when you know the T's haven't been able to get long just means that it's so difficult in this post plant. Even if you trade evenly, the fact that the only place you can go is either behind default or ramp just means that the retake becomes ever more likely.
Doing it again.
Yeah, what is this? We got Izza and Hooligan who are full invested. The other three haven't, so maybe they'll have lighter buys into the next. They want to make every round competitive.
Makes sense against a somewhat fragile CT economy. And to be fair, in that previous round, they were able to get in. So now they want to take it in a different direction. They've heard the reload. They're trying to get rid of Lee Hang. They need to force him out this corner, but that's going to be easier said than done. A kill and a half. And then Summer swings back in. And whilst Child King's providing support in towards the ramp, Summer can focus entirely on cave. And Hooligan has no further say in the round. Interesting approach from Nomads. They wanted to deal with Lee Hang early. They managed it, but it came with consequences.
It really looked like Lee Hang was going to get up onto that corner and just, spray down while Summer then swung in from the doorway to help him out. But Summer never swung. And I was like, oh no, you've sold your teammate out. But it's because Summer's focused on that extra element that's coming out ramp, and then he just re-engages. And thankfully, because Lihan gets one at least, it's enough to thin the herd to allow Summer to keep taking these duels. So we have different members stepping up on this B defense. Looking good for Rare Atom. As no, without the bomb plant, there isn't the investment. It's a hero Hastika. Rest on Pistoles.
Starting to feel a little bit one-dimensional now as well for NomadS. Tiger will remove Azteca. That's got to feel quite nice. Just getting a couple of confidence kills here for Tiger. Goes back in for Izza. While Chogin gets caught out by Hanks, it is still a 2v4. In fact, make it even worse. Now you know exactly where Hanks is. At least he scoops up the rifle in towards Red Room. Holds for this angle. That flashbang not good enough. You imagine Li Hang will be. 55 seconds left. The bomb also just drops in towards ramp, and Rare Atom just say, okay, buddy, you want to come and get this bomb? Are a little bit paranoid. There is a time in here in which Hanks can get rid of Li Hang. I doubt he's going to go directly all the way in towards Cave, and Li Hang's about to go. Not push the issue. This timing is everything, and Tiger in mid is the unknown element as we cast our eyes on that interaction between Cave. Rare Atom, they make this a one-round game.
Yeah, 4 on the trot. They've been tested along the way. Some real tough rounds, especially on this B hold, but Rare Atom holding strong. Reminding NomadS just who they're up against. Kaze still not conceding that AWP. Maybe it will be map dependent as well. Starting in Donut. Might get a fight early too, as there is a lot of pressure in from lane. They will get that mid control. Smoke lands. 2 smokes, in fact, land in his face. So 3 smokes, 4 smokes dropped by the T's.
Right.
Just to get Cave and deny Donut.
Uh-oh, Summer. Never mind, maybe it's just an uh-oh moment for Azteca. Li Hang gets caught in the spam, and surely you know about Summer. Yes, Hooligan goes in and just dispatches of all of them. Child King on the scene, though, with a double of his own. 3v2, player advantage still here for Rare Atom. But this time for NomadS, they've actually got a little bit of space.
Good util, though, comes forward. Is that deals to the low HP player, but another spotted. Kaze misses the opportunity, and Tiger will capitalize. So it's onto Hanks, playing this off angle. Decides he wants to take the fight forward. See if he can line up these headshots. First comes through. He didn't spot Kaze, but it's been calmed. Kaze goes for the swing, picks up the rifle. Time ticking on down. Needs to find this kill now, and he's looking forward. He will. And he should have just about enough time. It's going to be down to the wire, but Kaze will come through clutch. And we are tied up 10 apiece. NomadS did find that space up B that they've been trying for. That cave distraction, but it's just not quite enough.
Well played from Kaze. Just the immediate decision making of, all right, I'm going to pick up the AK. We're going to take the fight directly. Nice try from Hanks. The quick swing, the disengage. Unfortunately, it's another retake effort. There's been so many retakes here on Ancient that have been a success story for both teams. The defense proving to be better than the offense so far. 10 rounds apiece. Double AWP for Kaze and Tiger. And it will be Tiger that gets rid of Azteca, who goes searching out A.
He's finally earned the right to use the AWP. Having a stinker, but he's grinded his way back into it. There is no map that this team is not afraid to run double AWP on, it feels.
A double AWP on Ancient feels really rogue,
it's
doesn't it?
crazy. But yeah, it just means A is completely locked out. You can just leave one there. Frees up Kaze to move around as much as he wants.
Same but different angle for Li Hang in Cave. Hooligan. Needs to clear this directly, and oh, maybe Lee Hang just takes the swing into them, helped out by the damage of Cloud and Kaze. Now looking at a B ramp, and that's all facilitated because Hanks took contact. You're right. The bomb is in cave. Kaze's also just seen Izza. You have got this lurk out of Hanks, but I'm pretty sure they're aware of it now. And yeah, they absolutely are. Summer will claim both. Rare Atom take the lead.
They keep getting these players in cheeky positions. It's getting, they're feeling so confident that Kaze is dropping the orb, picking up an AK so that they have the better rifle. I suppose they've got a fair bit of money, so it's not the biggest of deals, but yeah, it's crazy that they're at that point. Try it middle, it's Hastica. Flashbangs both ways, but not a contest. Okay, never mind. Wasn't contesting it, but yeah, just the lineup and spamming through is enough to remove that hero AK.
Okay.
Trigger happy.
Good trade. Finally, Lee Hang removed, and it comes at the hands of Tech 9. And then Izza just taps out Kaze. That's a pathway to the B bomb site. There's no way they're going to win the round like this.
There's 2 bullets left. This is Lurk in middle as well. They are going to win this round. Oh, Hanks.
That's bonkers.
That AK picks up. All right, well. None of the normal rounds worked. But Lee Hang, a little too trigger happy spamming the smoke. Gets caught out. Here's that. Finds that opening onto Kaze.
It's that one tap.
He only had 2 bullets in the gun when he picked it up. Yeah, he was going to reload. He was just firing it off, I think. I think literally he had no intention of progressing further. He was just like, okay, there's 2 bullets. I'm just going to tap out. You ever done that before where you picked up a gun and it's got like 2 bullets, so you just
of course.
Fire off a couple of shots, right? Just to like do it. But Kaze obliges him.
That was a gift of a round, really, for NomadS. Rare Atom, I really don't like the double AWP investment, just because you think about the way that NomadS have been winning these rounds, or at least have been playing these rounds, which has been rush, rush, rush. You really want to have double AWP again against a potential B hit?
The answer is yes. Hooligan will have his on the other side as well. Kaze might just walk straight into this. Oh, but he hits the arm. Just enough on that flick. Kaze, that is precise. A brilliant way to start off this round.
Yeah, fair. Forget what I said about double AWP. It just feels like if they rush the bomb site NomadS, which they have been doing, then it's going to be a recipe for disaster. Izza now gets boosted with the AWP. Clouden just checks to make sure he doesn't burn alive. And releases off of the footstool. Summer has to try and contend here in Red Room. That molly, it's missed, but it has still spread onto these players. And now he knows Hanks has been such a nightmare to deal with in towards Red Room. And Summer now wants to try and get the kill. He's on a slight off angle, which feels a lot more brilliant. And he's got Chol King in support.
That's ideal. Should be free for him. Oh, it's even better than free. They pay him for the privilege. Izza will get the kill onto Lee Hang. He's aware of Kaze, so Izza doing his best to try and bring this back, and he doesn't want to slow down, moving forward, looking for more. Doesn't find it, but Clouden does. Spam on through. Chol King walks through. No, he doesn't. Okay, a resmoke will deny that. So despite this brilliant double from Summer, this looks a little dicey. The B defense has fallen apart. Time is ticking. They need to get a move on. Neither player has a kit, but you can see one that can be scooped up. The flashbang, fantastic. This stick needs to come through, and he's just going to hold it. The 5 seconds, gets that first kill, back on it, but no time. Need to stick that immediately. I don't think he's got it. It's milliseconds, but the bomb will go off. And NomadS find map point.
Fair play from Izza, because he's able to get these 2 kills. The most important one is on Kaze in Cave. There was always going to be that threat for Cave.
2 on 5.
Yeah, I can't believe they win this. Like, they really shouldn't have won this. Rare Atom dropped the ball in a monumentous way. And now they need to win this round and force overtime. Someone's not going to have any money. He needs to get dropped a gun.
Izza has single-handedly got them to this point on these back-to-back rounds. Wasn't with this squad the last time these 2 teams played. Maybe he has been that difference maker. Him and Hastika both.
Such a sloppy round out of Rare Atom. They're going to be really frustrated with the way that's panned out, because that should have been theirs all day long. Lee Hang yet again just probing in towards Cave, taking again a different angle of approach, a different off angle. Summer's going to rotate in. It looks like they're going to boost up and do the up and down. Or maybe Summer's just going to leave.
Just the up. Yeah, they're just a little worried because they have been caught out by that player lurking through the ramp on contact here.
I'm surprised that Rare Atom are never taking mid control. Now, they haven't taken mid control once, all half.
Yeah, they've had the AWP start in donut a couple of times, but for the most part, NomadS have just been able to walk through, and they're going to do it again. It's going to be a wrap on this A bomb site. The AWP is here from Tiger. Kaze is boosted up, but that position is negated by this. I think the utility called out as well, so Tiger, a lot for him to do. First kill is good, but Izza on the punish. And now Kaze needs to fight forward, and it's a big kill. That's at least given them some space, but running out of time, running out of teammates, and the swing out, he almost lines them up. And it's now on the Child King in the 1v2, a tap, a fake, a swing, a shot, and Child King maybe has a chance to do it all. Force that overtime. Hanks is sticking. Child King walks it, and we have to go OT.
Oh my goodness me. The fact that Child King is able to get that done. Hooligan is posted on him, and he just pre-aims him. Holds for that line, and then backs out. Makes Hanks commit to a decision. Has to plant, has to win. Assumes Child King will back out, but he doesn't. He just slides straight back onto that bomb site. Really important kill coming in from Kaze, though. Flies off the boost. No, he needs to get the kill in towards A main to deny a little bit more time to give Child King that room. He does exactly that. And from out of nowhere, they force overtime. That's the most unlikely round of all of them that they would win, and yet Rare Atom do it. And now they take mid.
Too many times. Too many times. Kaze's going for this pick onto Hooligan again. We're going to see it from Hooligan's POV. It's a different angle he's holding, but it's the same outcome. Kaze is just ready for any variation of this. Cloud will find that kill onto Lee Han comes at the cost of a dink. Kaze feels some pressure. Tiger with his ult creeps forward ahead of the util. Brave play, but works out.
You always got to be wary when Izz is alive, though. And that smoke, oh no. That smoke's just as bad as the one thrown in the first half. Izza's going to try and take opportunity from it. Child King has to be so careful, as does Kaze. But he'll get rid of Clouden. Izza starts to press a little bit further forward. Child King, now with the swing, also knows that Izza is now locked in on this bomb site. Needs to grab the kill, does Izza, and of course Izza will. Hanks gets dinked in the meanwhile. Kaze tries to run forward.
Oh.
Why on earth has he done that? These players are now suffocated in the bomb site. It should still be fine for Rare Atom, but you are giving Izza too many chances to clutch up.
What are you doing, Kaze? He has these 2 sick kills. Precise angles, instant shots. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna run at this guy with my pistol. Oh my goodness. Well, these double ops are finding some good effect at least. First 3 kills in the round come from them. Izzy trying his best to keep NomadS in it after getting them to OT. And this is Consolidation final. You lose this, you are out of the APAC Cup #1. Envision waiting in the grand final tomorrow. Oh, I thought the Shark King was in danger there, but he's the one that's dangerous. Great flashbang on Nahastica. Cloud and also cops some HE damage. So mid being contested a little more heavily. As he's up in the same position as last round, and again, repeating success. Finding advantages early hasn't been a problem from Rare Atom. It's been these closing moments, and with Izzy still alive, anything is possible.
Hank's removed, and now Iz is gone as well. Tiger has a hero moment for Rare Atom. They just needed to settle down a little bit. They also just needed to have all of the economy behind them. Kaze in his right eye AWP peaks, and this time Shark King pressure in middle. See, this double AWP is working out to now good effects for Rare Atom. They stuck with the process and the blueprint. This earned them 2 rounds already on the CT side.
All right, we'll let him get away with this double AWP. It's working pretty decently. We're going to get this fight in middle again, and there is some contest for it. Not heavily. Someone's waiting to break this smoke to maybe go for the peak. Dangerous can do the same. Dangerous chucking. Clouding will spam out Lee Hang, so that's a big kill to find in towards cave. It forces someone to rotate. That's going to allow more space in middle.
Oh, good find. Just a break on the smoke onto Hazteka. I love this out of NomadS. It feels like Shark King's read into this a little bit. He's anticipating that these players are maybe going to come through Donut. No, he's not. He completely vacates the scene. He leaves Tiger out to dry, and as he tries to come back in, Hooligan rips his head off. Feels like we're going to get this NomadS round finally in overtime.
And Kaze, oh, what an angle. Oh, with the AWP for Hooligan. Doesn't hit the shot. Kaze will swap guns. Flank's coming in from main. There's going to be a smoke on Donut that will isolate some of these positions. A flashbang over the top, all a distraction. He's seen 2, and maybe he can take both, but with losing his teammate, there's no chance. Hooligan ends the round with 3. NomadS at least walk away with 1 T round.
You know what? Considering Rare Atom of a coach, I'm surprised they've not caused like any pauses at all whilst all this is going on. But that aside, I really love the decision making here for NomadS. Just as soon as they lose Hazteka, they go, okay, no dramas. We'll just keep walking through the smoke anyway. We'll try and catch him off. I doubt they're going to anticipate us to walk through as a unit. That's exactly what they do. You see shades of that Dust2 game coming into perfect vision for NomadS. They will get that first. For Rare Atom, they've still got a couple of chances here to close this in 2. And as you mentioned a while ago now, if this does go to Inferno, that is a very good map for NomadS. And Rare Atom, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure this ends right here, right now.
Yeah, I think Inferno will be exciting if we get there, because both teams have been very good on it. We were kind of talking in the Veto versus the Hunt for NomadS that we were surprised they didn't decide to opt into picking it, because they have been so strong on it, particularly against some very good teams. Yeah, it should be exciting. If required. Our Adams T side was a little lacking.
Oh.
A little bit of a delay there, but I think the action's happening. Don't worry. Right in the middle, NomadS a lot more proactive on taking space early, both in mid and in lane during regulation, so Rare Atom have to decide how they want to contest this.
Oh, Lihang's got to make sure he doesn't get spammed through the wall. Looks like that's not going to be the case, but you're right. Look, Nomads always take middle. They always fight for the control. I think Rare Atom have realized that, so they maybe go into it a little bit later. At least they've got Heaven control directly through Lihang. They'll start to move over. Kaze holding a line just in case Nomads want to push the envelope. Oh, nearly goes that molly and the counter utility in towards the middle of the map, but it misses and allows Azteca to get rid of Tiger. Child King really wants this tray, but he can't find it at the moment.
Has managed to get ahead of the smoke, but I don't think that's going to benefit him too much, especially as that one fades just as he gets past. But look at this timing. Hanks has just missed that, so Child King slip all the way through. Hooligan might get on this line, though, just before he gets here, or no. Child King will spot him out, but can't find the shot. Hanks also takes some damage, so 2 players limping over on A, but still standing just about. Child King just charges on through, ready for the second, no. And Hanks has doubled down. Despite the low HP, Kaze has to clutch. We're just going to see how that pans out as he gets the bomb down. Tech9 comes out, but the flank coming through, not able to connect the shots immediately. Kaze's burnt out Cloudin, and he's just sticking the bomb. You need to swing this, Kaze, and he will, but he won't find the kill in time. Izza continues to be the point man that gets it done for Nomads.
Just want to point out, by the way, that also Kaze burned out Cloudin. So whilst all that was going on, that's incredible from Izza. He just goes, okay, I'm just going to immediately just stick this defuse like nothing ever happened. You're not going to swing me. It's the 1v1. You're expecting me to fake it out. He just holds it. And Hanks gets dinks and still gets 2 kills. If that doesn't happen, Izza's not going to be able to be in that position. But that was a 1v3 that Kaze nearly slipped over the line for Rare Atom. We are having some connectivity issues. I know, Nomads certainly aren't. Look at this push. Izza right here around the corner, and he's able to get 2 kills. Tiger trades immediately. Cloudin then goes back on the line, but his spray's a little bit nervy.
Well, he'll hold now as they start to progress up out through the smoke. Yeah, he's having no issues with it all. It's a lockdown from Cloudin. Izza takes the fight to them, an opener and a closer. And Nomads, they are seeing Inferno. 1 round required, and this CT side has looked unstoppable.
Izza has looked unstoppable. Just makes a decision. Okay, I'm going to walk down B ramp. I'm going to try and find this multi-kill. There's been really slow interactions between both Nomads and Rare Atom all throughout the B ramp. He just forces the issue, and that was the 1 round that Kaze wasn't holding for it, because last time he stared at it for over a minute and no one ever peeked. Do we need more overtime? Do we need more rounds? Or do we need Inferno? The burning question on everyone's mind. Yet again, Rare Atom find themselves just trapped, basically in their spawn. Izza, Cloudin, and Azteca are about to push down the ramp.
Speed for the spade. And Lihang gets caught by it. Kaze can't do a thing. Shows off the bomb. 4 players here for the CTs. They are not afraid to make these proactive moves to go for little aggressions as a unit. And now Hooligan has found the lurk over at A as well. 3 on 5. Rare Atom. They were down 5-10. It felt like they'd done everything to win this map, win this series. But instead, it's Nomads that pipped them at the post. And they force us that decider. Kaze, yeah, sure. It's had a good map, but he's just going to fly around the corner. He wants it done. And he'll be the one that delivers it. 16-14. Map picks exchange. Ancient goes the way of Nomads.
Yeah, look, I think Rare Atom are going to be kicking themselves at that 2v5 that they lost in regulation, because if that doesn't happen, they just easily close the series 2-0. Nomads played a brilliant game. Is a for them, probably an unlikely setback.
Yeah, it's they're going to be surprised to end up in this position, but NomadS continue to be the team that I think people maybe underestimate, ourselves included on day one, but certainly coming to this one. Figured they'd have a bit of a shot, but that's showing when it came to the tail end. In fact, all throughout Ancient, looked brilliant. They were up 10-5. Almost fell away from them, but is a big deliverer. Not necessarily the player you expect either. It shows that everyone on NomadS packs a punch.
Yeah, late round situations is undeniable. So many lurk time-ins as well through Red Room. Rare Atom never really fought for that control here. Got a gathering of NomadS in towards the apartments. Child King close. Tiger on towards the balcony with dual Berettas. It's going to be a tricky task for NomadS to overwhelm, but if they're able to, especially with no utility, this could be a good way in. It's just getting out of the balcony. It's going to be tricky, and they can't even jump over the railing. Tiger finds all four. And for Azteca, he's now left wondering, how on earth did that happen?
Tiger needs to maybe, he might need to call up his GP after this for carpal tunnel. That was so fast. I don't think I've ever seen all 30 bullets expended that quickly from the Berettas. Like, that was absurd. It looked like an SMG. It was that fast. Like, I don't think I could click that quickly. Check this out. Look at the second counter. So it starts at the 12 second. Every single bullet is gone in 4 seconds. He has clicked 7 times a second.
Pretty
It's not
good.
faster. Like, that is ridiculous. What a hold. Didn't take any damage either.
They forced in with no bomb plant. Forced in with no kills.
Bloody hell, guys. What are we up to? They do like a 4C, don't they?
They do. Don't know how effective this is going to be, though. They're currently just waiting for all the utility to be drip-fed through the map. Izza gets ahead of it, and Li Hang says, thank you very much. 2 kills, gets traded, and then Summer steps back in. Hasn't dispatched a Clouden yet, who's the player with the bomb. He thinks better of it, because Hanks has got a little bit of an opportunity towards Boiler.
Still feels incredibly unlikely, doesn't it? Got the M4 over here. Both M4s are over at A. Third goes to B. Tech9s need to break through, and Kaze just lines up the spam, and then they'll swing out from the left side to get the job done. So 4 spy, no worries. No issue at all. Someone doesn't grab that FAMAS, but whatever, it's fine. You know, you've got at least one more round of not really needing to stress too much. Adam actually get a good start. It's been tricky for them in some of these maps. Hang might actually want to get aggressive. He's bought an MP9 rather than getting dropped the one from Summer, so he might want to really see if he can farm up. He could have been given an M4.
Now the MP9 is really tantalizing. So many of these players are incredibly low. Li Han gets called over. Move forward and towards top brackets. I don't really know what the plan is here for NomadS. I guess just wait to see if Rare Atom are going to give them these fights. But Rare Atom don't really need to press the issue. They've got all the map control. NomadS have got no utility. They know the buy's going to be really fragile. Should just be an easy collection here for the CT side, you feel.
Yeah, just hoping maybe someone goes for a bit of an info play. They're not being given anything. Barden's in T-spawn. This guy's just mucking around, firing off shots. God, isn't this a real blood from stone round? But they will get their blood. their blood, in fact, on the floor, as Liang will get 2 with the SMG, and the inevitable comes through.
All right, now we need to see why Nomads have a 100% win rate on Inferno with all the guns, with all the utility, what the map control looks like, how they're going to fight for Banana. Because you just feel like Rare Atom are going to run at them. They are going to be aggressive. They are going to try and take this forward fight, really disrupt the flow of Nomads. They've been able to do it 3 rounds over so far. They keep these MP9s. Which indicates to me that they can get a little bit aggressive somewhere with them. That's going to be B. Double MP9s are the ones that are holding back Banana.
Oh, buckload dropped. You can see all the smokes in Banana. T's have no space here right now. Clouden might get flashed off this smoke. Yang is currently playing close. He's going to think better. Very loud in that run back, but it's just to grab the smoke, so he'll slide back in. Now the flash comes over. It's good. Spam is good too, but it doesn't get the kill. There's some space gained at the cost of health points. Actually, not a great deal of utility left on the CT side. Or the T side, really.
Alan just going to try and use his low HP to be annoying over at B. Fake it out, get another rotate over, or at least get rid of another smoke. It will be a fake. Summer just gets rid of Clouden instantaneously. And because of that kill, there's no rotates from Rare Atom. 30 seconds left, and there's 3 players on A.
That's surprising. They don't budge a thing, do they? Summer starts to make some moves, but now he's seen a player out from long. The 2 on towards side with his crossfire. Don't need to budge, and it's a powerful setup indeed. Easily held for Kaze. Tiger helps him out as well. That one didn't really have to do too much to Rare Atom. They just held their line, dropped their defensive smoke on B, and then Nomad's forced to go into their A setup.
It was very easy. And Nomads almost look they go for this late fake, but they haven't actually got a kill over at B when they go for this fake that no one really properly commits through the smoke because Clouden just gets domed by the spam with the MP9. It's a good reaction out of Summer. Lee Hang now starts to get incredibly aggressive. 7 bullets left in the chamber. The Hooligan's fine. It's going to be another one of these apartments bursts. This time it is Kaze trying to deal with it, and he's got the AK-47. Gets dinked for his troubles, backs out, and fortunately enough for him, he is alive, and he's still able to get rid of Clouden. Tiger King, well, kind of. They both swing in for kills apiece. It'll be Tiger to get his double. He hasn't died, neither has Kaze. In fact, there's only been 2 kills in total for Nomads in 5 rounds of play.
Yeah, no joke, Exotic here. Just Tiger putting them in their place. Kaze just spams away, knows that they're about to try and pounce on him. So yeah, why not just pre-fire and hope for the best. The superior weaponry doing the job. They have 3 players that haven't even died yet, Brandon. There's been 2 kills from the T side in 5 rounds.
Tiger doesn't get caught off guard. They try to swing him, they try to knock him off, and there we go. Clouden will get an opening kill. That is brave out of Hooligan. Tiger puts him down immediately. 0 and 6 for Hooligan. As Nomads, they try and utilize the banana control they've got. This might only feel like the only presence of map control they have. Sure, Hanks is in Boiler, but every single time he's been in Boiler, they haven't really been able to do too much with it.
Now Lee Hang, 2 deaths, really letting the team down. It's fine. Some of the Immortal will be here. Nomad's it's still very split. Looks like they're just trying to kind of play in these tandem duos to try and draw some attention. Well, that's not the molly they're looking for, but they are still going to try and see what they can get off it. Flashbang thrown out. Summer hasn't needed to move yet, but this fake has worked this time, mostly because they've committed quite heavily. But it might not matter anyway, because Kaze has been brilliant when it comes to this pit hold. And he's once again found the kill that slows him down. Tiger arrives. Though the fake out does work, it doesn't really give them a way to do anything.
I just don't really know what they're doing, to be honest. Like, this has been so disjointed. This has been nothing like what we've seen out of Dust2 and Ancient, out of NomadS. And this is supposed to be their best map. This is supposed to be the map that they have won every single time they played on it in the last 3 months. Does it look like that? Absolutely not. This looks like they're permaban at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers look good in terms of the results, but it is still, I guess, a map that's, you know, it's not one they're picking into. It's not one that they are prioritizing in any way. It's just one that they're happy to play if the veto does go that way. But I just was surprised because they have had some pretty good wins on it, like against IHC, against former Talon roster. It's only last month. Although with that said, I think, if I'm not wrong, that probably means it was with a slightly different lineup, right? Yeah, so that was before the change that brought in Hastika, before before Izza joined. Perhaps it's just that they haven't had the reps with the new 5.
Faster, much faster, and it results in a good success story. There he is, Izza, instrumental on Ancient, and then Azteca will trade. That's all they needed, just a little bit of a culture shift, a little bit of acceleration coming forward, and the spam, oh, it's good out of Tiger. 11-0, now for that man. Clouden dropped over an M4, a 3v3 retake that absolutely Rare Atom are going to go for.
Yeah, the kill from Tiger changes everything. He's 11-0. The Immortal, him and Kaze both. Can they keep the clean sheet as they go into this retake? Bomb hitting about that halfway mark, and a fairly difficult setup to break, but good in centering. No, it doesn't spread. Clouden's got a tiny pocket to work with, and with that, he will find success. Trade surely comes through. Kaze will try and run him down, but I don't think he's got the time. He realizes it too. Might still get away with his life, but not the round. NomadS get there first.
That's all that was needed, wasn't it? Just a little shift to the fact that they are playing together instead of these pairings. Just also being responsive and ready to move off the back of contact, off the back of getting an opening kill or at least a trade. There's one back, but they all died as a consequence of it, so the money is still on the brink. If Rare Atom win this, they're just going to steamroll their opponents on Inferno. But if NomadS are able to grab it, we can maybe start talking about a more competitive first half. This time it isn't fast up Banana, it's just utility. Keeping Tiger and Lihang, now equipped with AWP, back a little bit.
That flashes forward, but can't find that kill onto Lihang.
It's just so unnecessary.
All alone with it, no supportive utility, no Molotov, no flash outside of his own. Nothing to give him that chance, and so it puts his team into the 4-on-5. Summer might get caught as he's kind of in transition, moving back, but spots out that shoulder, is able to get around the corner, a flash forward, and further information offered. He's dancing with this player out towards long. But looking has found some space. Chalking goes down. Summer forced to play more into the site now. Good HE, really good, but he's caught out from long. Kaze burning to a crisp, but he's still fighting, still fragging, but he will be put down after 2. Hooligan low, but the best chance that they've had in a minute.
Bomb has been planted.
Got no smokes. That's the danger. It almost feels like they have to try and either burrow themselves into sites and play off each other in the crossfire or take contact. And because you've got low HP on towards Hooligan, he's just going to make his way in towards the site. Nice nade. You now know that this player wasn't towards pit though, but Azteca is just able to transition and find the spray transfer on both. NomadS will get this back-to-back round. And sure, every round is going to be a challenge, but they are posting rounds in a back-and-forth nature.
Yeah, no, it's true. They just get consecutive off the back of that 1v1 that Kaze doesn't have time to defuse. This one, and Kaze is still a big performance, but Azteca, huge. Hooligan just putting his head down, and between the two of them, they get all 5 kills in that round, playing from the 4-on-5, no less. After Izza gives his life up over on Banana. It was actually really nice watching the way Azteca played that too. He was the player that was kind of out long and was doing that back and forth with Summer on the corner, and then is able to disengage through CT, walk all the way around to the library, and then finally gets that kill he was searching for onto Summer. Still with those 6 rounds in a row that Rare Atom started with and how one-sided they were, I've got no issues with investing continuously into this. Maybe a fight of Banana. 3 players start there, but 1 is already removed. Lihang hits the deck, but Summer doesn't slow down until he's forced to. Cloudin, he gets the transfer onto Child King, and now they can just accelerate onto B.
Yeah, and there's no way you can go for this now. If you're Rare Atom, you do find Hanks, you do make it a 2v3, but I doubt you want any further say in this one. Unbelievable from Cloud, and I thought he was going to get caught off on the first kill. The fact he even finds the second is terrifying for Rare Atom. And this smoke is surely just going to seal the fate. 3 rounds back in a row just like that, just off a couple of pieces of individual brilliance, and NomadS remembering how to have good team play.
That was with 3 players starting over at B as well, but Cloudin pushes through. Not really relevant, but just fun, is that Kaze and Tiger, their combined kills is equal to the entirety of NomadS plus 10.
Wow. Okay.
Which is pretty impressive from the 2 of them. 25 kills after 8 rounds of play. 9 rounds of play. Bad at all. Not enough to keep the NomadS completely at bay. So have been able to fairly consistently find this kill onto Lihang. I was kind of joking about it when he had the first couple of deaths and the rest of the team was immortal, but they have been finding that fight pretty consistently now.
That's good news, because that's somewhere you can probably guarantee to go and get space, and it feels like if Banana can be the port of call. Tiger's been brought down incredibly low off of a spam from Azteca. Now he has to move away from playing so aggressively. Whilst all this is going on, there's still pressure being applied at Banana. There's still 3 players being annoying. What's the go here? What's the move for the NomadS as well? It's going to be directly Izza. Putting on the pressure. Cloudin is with him. It feels really fakey at the moment, but it has drawn a smoke grenade out of Rare Atom, and it isn't the best one.
Yeah, you can just see it on the minimap. It's a bit of a shocker. Big gap on that side. Not going to matter. No smoke lands as well. Fairly decent timing on it. Although you would have liked to have held that for another few more seconds. Really painful, because they'll still have a fair bit of time to work with, will NomadS, as their smoke goes down. And in fact, they want to just go through it. That Incendiary, that sounded like it went, but it did no damage. Now they'll go through. Is out front and center, a crossfire being established. Lihang takes first contact, baiting in Summer. But he doesn't find a shot. It's Hooligan that finds him, but Lihang still standing. Removes 3. He was the bait. but he's the one that sinks in his claws. And Bomb's not down. Hastic is trying to find it. It's up on second oranges. He still finds the kill, but not ready for that swing. It doesn't come. Tiger's too low to swing, but time is what ends the round because the bomb lands on second oranges. If he'd walked around to the middle, he might have been able to jump get it.
I don't know.
That's rough.
Yeah, that is horrible. But I mean, Lee Hang, we literally just said at the start of the round, oh, hey, look, he's the guy that you could probably go and pressure. Has a really good crossfire with Summer, but Lee Hang does everything in that round. Good presence of mind from Hooligan to be able to hold for the direct angle of Dark. You assume it's going to be that crossfire. Where Atom finally break the spree of rounds for the Nomads. And Hanks lives. He has no dollars. Azteca's on 50. The money is incredibly low. If Red Atom win this, surely it's 9-3.
Nice from Tiger. Holding for more and might be given that chance. Yeah, he will. Trade is there, but a double down feels good. Still 2 players in towards the pits, both mini and big. Child King trying to play off Kaze, who goes down after 1, and he might be in trouble himself. A little flash up on over. Does he want to bounce through? What's he up to there? This weird little game that's taking place in pit. Hooligan just going for the reload. And this has killed off one of the rotators. This is bizarre, this standoff, but Child King will be rewarded for his patience. But is it enough? The USB comes out. He's on for the ace in the back of the side, and he will find it. The full house for Izza, a quiet map so far. We saw what he could do on Ancient, and he finally steps up on Inferno.
I just don't know how they lose these rounds, Ratum. I have no idea how they lose these rounds. Tiger goes 2 for 1. You've got this double set up in towards pit. Kaze even gets a kill. So again, you're in a 2v4. Kaze falls, 2v3. You've got whatever's going on in pit. So essentially a 1v2 on the bomb site, and they just peek him independently. It's baffling. It really is baffling how many player advantage rounds where Atom just feel like they can lose. Nice nade on Tiger. Is there going to be this flashbang? No, instead it's going to be a nade, a break on the smoke. It does a lot of damage up to Azteca, and he gets dealt with by Hooligan spam, and then Lee Hang follows through on the hero of last round.
2 openers. But no trade. Kaze. Oh, he's forced the fight. Trade is fast, so that's fine. They're going to attempt to try and breach up here. Lee Hang still holding strong after his double that started things, but maybe sticks around a little too long. He's taken down. Tiger needed to hit that. Drops the smoke. Hooligan with 30 HP. The 1v3 to try and get this 5th round, but feels unlikely as the crossfire is established. You can see him. So it's a freebie for Hooligan, but there's the trade from Summer. And so Rare Adam walk away with double the round count at the half.
Yeah.
dominant from Rare Atom on the CT side of Inferno. They walk away with 8. That's, I think, the biggest discrepancy of a halftime scoreline we've had in a while. So it's nice to see them stepping up to the plate. For NomadS, it's good that they're able to build back in, but now they need to make the CT side be a lot more impactful and need to get off the board early.
Tiger and Kaze on a joint 30. Chalkin looking to try and farm up skills of his own first, and Agurish. Yeah, 7-5 halves on the first 2 halves. First 2 maps. King has removed Mr. King, but there's Li Hang swinging out, an attempt to get crazy with it, but Li Hang is a little more loco. To get into the 4-on-2 bomb being planted, Hooligan and Hanks with their work cut out.
And you now know they're both in CT. Don't need to directly fight them. And they decide it's not worth giving over the Kevlar. So they're going to run away. Both pistols collected by Rare Atom. 9 rounds to the good here on Inferno. Which means they are just 4 steps away progressing and getting rid of NomadS out of the competition.
Terrorists win.
A little bit of a hunt. And just gives one more kill over to Hooligan. Which will maybe have ramifications if they force. You can get a FAMAS, perhaps. No, MP9 and util is his decision. He should drop a 5-7 and then allow one of his teammates to get more util, but no. Yes, there's that future AWP in the back of his head he wants to keep in mind. So a 4-spy for NomadS. They really want to try and make this work. A barrage of util down middle, and they've almost removed Li Hang, and in fact they do. It's Hanks that does it, and they keep going. The MP9 gets 2, the 5-7 as well. Summer has answered back with something at least. Now Childkid chimes in, but they've lost the bomb. Nate, great, reveals both. We're going to the 1v1, but from below, Child King strikes, and that 4-spy almost gets it done.
Yeah, almost. They lost a track of Child King. Child King got the kill initially in towards second middle. There's so much chaos going on with the smoke breaking, with the nade just landed straight the player's underpass's face. That just allows Child King to go back underneath. Side swipe. Prevent NomadS from stealing one away from Rare Atom. They'll force back in. There's only one player staying alive there for Rare Atom. They think, we fancy this. Maybe they can get a little bit cheeky with it again.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad, really. Hanks off the back of MP9 kills has an M4. I bet Izza looked at him. So you want to get up? And a boost? Yeah. Hanks is playing fairly open with the M4. He's in a bit of a bait position somewhat, I think. Yeah, Pastica up on the balc. It's a 1-for-1 out towards long, but losing long now gets a little dicey because you had this balcony set up. It forces the fight forward for Hastica, who's revealed by Child King, who keeps pressing the issue. And with the M4 falling, Tiger has managed to split through successfully. So this 4-spy, surely nothing to be done, just an exit kill to get some extra cash, but that's going to be 11 on the board.
What a handle from Rare Atom. That round is just because you take forward banana space with your utility. You keep threatening that you're maybe going to go in there, and then the trades are immediate. They get a favorable timing on top mid where initially Hooligan doesn't swing. You're able to get that player on the left-hand side of him, so as soon as he slides out, takes a kill on a deep player, the MAC-10 can swing in close for Summer and just remove, and that just generates all of the space. 11-4, will they be able to hold on to these MP9s? Looks like it. Or at least one of them. But now they've got no money. It feels like they're just going to be buying each and every round until the end.
Yeah, unfortunately, the case. I mean, each buy hasn't looked that bad, really.
Oh, it hasn't.
But it's just what they've been able to do with it, which hasn't quite worked out. Last round, it was just a matter of getting that long kill, and then that really made the rest of the setup incredibly vulnerable. Tiger had a rough Ancient to start with, got warmed up, but has definitely been on fire throughout Inferno.
Good to see.
He's got a tiger on his scope. Little tiger, like tiger kitty sticker.
On brand. They're going to swing. They're going to get ready to go. NomadS around the corner. Oh, missed shot out of Tiger. If he pokes his head back up, he will get the kill. And Child King follows through on Hooligan. You should know there are a couple more players here, but with Lihan getting rid of Azteca, the B bomb site is completely open. Not the Rare Atom know it, but to be fair, they could really take this anywhere. 3 players low. Maybe it can get a little bit spicy. It can't. It's fine.
Tiger still lives. An MP9 bullet hits. Cloud in. They're going to get a chance. They're charging into B. It's so rough when they're in that 2-on-5 and you see 3 players on like 10. Jeez, doesn't get any easier. You see 3 players on less than 20 HP. And you're like, well, these fights could easily have gone the other way. Like, it was just such fine margins, but every single one goes to Rare Atom. Look at that. That was the reswing we didn't see. Yeah, 8 chances to close. Rare Atom don't want a repeat of Ancient where they let that one slip after fighting to map and series point. Eight chances to secure it. Is that? Finds the opener. Getting very aggressive with the AWP.
He backs out in time, which is good. Oh, flashbang just actually full blinds Clouden. The hang up close. Doesn't get dealt with. Eventually traded, but Clouden still cops the dink off the back of it. That's going to bring the AWP over of Izza. For Rare Atom, they don't really need to commit in towards this B bomb site. What are they going to do, apart from getting stuck on each other? It's like they really want to go back in towards B eventually.
It's just running about. I'm going to try this A bomb site. AWP isn't here. It's been left alone on B, so Clouden will start to rotate over, but low HP. Child King looks away. Look, the second like Azteca was going to peek it. Does reveal himself. What a peek from Azteca. Now the crossfire established.
Yeah,
he's removed after one.
Perfectly. Nice. What a peek. That peak has just won the entire round if it wasn't one already. Tiger's going to give it a go. Should be here in this. That should be the easiest kill of the game for him. And it will be. Alright, so they don't need any more chances, Rare Atom, but they'll at least allow NomadS a little bit of luxury into their CT side. For them, it's about making the grand final. For them, it's about that rematch with Envision that was quite close yesterday. Envision watching on, thinking, how good are NomadS?
That's been the biggest story for me. NomadS have been so impressive. And if Inferno goes out with a whimper, it might not yet. 1-for-1 in top middle. Tiger is accelerating off that kill. He wants to take as much space as possible. I don't think they're going to be ready for this. Hanks is completely alone, completely isolated. And the Tiger strikes, but doesn't connect. So Hanks, despite being alone, maybe bought enough time for his teammate to arrive, and he might even get some more. No, Summer wins that fight. Clouden on the trade. The 2 players still to deal with. The Flames go forward. Can't deny the bomb, but great damage. The swing, not so great.
Oh, that makes it really difficult. Now, you've got the AWPer as well that's rotating in on this retake. It's going to be really hard for the sniper to find anything. Another molly. Kaze has just been singed all the way throughout this round. But again, getting rid of these players out of the corners is going to be difficult. They need to start pressing the issue, but they also need to think about the clock because time is wearing thin. Li Hang rotates over Molly in towards Kaze again, and finally they're able to flush him out. Izzet will start defusing. The spam is not quite there. The defuse will come through. And somehow, some way, despite everyone being eliminated, NomadS are able to go for another retake, and it's going to be another success story.
And fine margins in this one. You can see the spam from Li Hang. Even removes one of them. Hooligans just throwing his body at it, but Li Hang's just too far to the right. Takes everyone out. 3 in that round for Li Hang. He's eclipsed Kaze, and it was Kaze and Tiger that were leagues above everyone else. Inch by inch, NomadS hanging on by a thread. Still hanging on.
Just. Money now in a dire state for Rare Atom as well. Smoke faded. Hooligan. Oh, able to get 2 kills. More than enough, you would feel, especially with this pressure now being inflicted down Banana. Rare Atom starts to become aware of it. Tiger needs to be careful because he's got the bomb. It won't be him that gets removed. Instead, it's going to be Li Hang. 2v4. Summer did have a chance, did have the timing. It's now going to be annoying.
Does it make a difference, his annoyance? Teammate's not really in the position yet. Slowly crawling through the apartments is Tiger, but he's just got a deagle. But Summer that's harassing one, but can't get anything done. The deagle has to do it all. Already the fast rotation and the flashbang over. It's another successful round for NomadS. That's 3 in a row. They continue to show that they are not going anywhere just yet. 8th surely on the cards as finally Rare Atom are forced to take a bit of an eco. A lot of Tech 9s, a lot of armor though, so maybe a little B rush. Give that a go.
How can they not close games? Like, well, why are Rare Atom just so bad at closing score lines? It happens so much when you watch them. Just can't stick the landing. They do all the hard work and then they can't get this one round that just closes the game. Nice nade onto both Hooligan and Clouden. They're not going to care too much. They're still going to take the space down in Banana. Chow King starts moving in towards the apartments. There's going to be a burst. You imagine there's going to be a flashbang. Although, no, there isn't. They're just going to burst a pile out of apps. Kaze will actually get one, and oh no, this is going to be the round they win, really? Hooligan and Clouden, naded from earlier, now come through top brackets.
Into the apartments is heard by Summer. Hooligan's not committing to that, just faking out the run-up. Clouden's going to be coming in from long, but that is being held, I believe. Summer now comes back to cover regardless. Do you have Child King? Good molly. Upsets Tiger a little and not going to do damage, but he's now stuck there. Doesn't matter. Wins the fight in a Hooligan. And Rare Atom, it is going to be like this, Brandon. The guns couldn't get it done, but with Tech 9s, Rare Atom eliminate NomadS in the ESL Challenge League Asia Pacific Cup #1. They booked themselves a rematch with Lin Vision in the grand final.
Tell you what, though, you got to give a lot of respect over to NomadS for forcing this to a third map in the first instance, for their tenacity